Most people don't believe that they can get their fantasy relationship or their ideal relationship, but actually they can. And that's what this video is about. Today I'm going to be talking about how to get the relationship that you want. In case you've never seen me before, or in case you've never come across me before, hi, my name is Lakwe Shweta, and I'm a relationship coach for single women over the age of 30. I help single women over the age of 30 attract and keep the right man for them. On this channel, I tend to talk about love, relationships, men, dating, self-esteem, and things like that. So if you're interested in any of those topics, please subscribe to this channel. You can subscribe by clicking on the red subscribe button you'll see somewhere on your screen. After you subscribe, please click on the bell that you'll see there so that when new videos of mine come out, you'll be the first to know about them. So let's get into the video. But before then, I just have to say, I don't know if you can hear something in the background, like this dull noise. Well, that's rain. It's rainy season here in Lagos and it's raining practically every day. So that's the explanation for the sound that you can hear. Despite the rain, the show must go on. So let's continue with our video. Like I said earlier, today I'm going to be talking about how to get the relationship that you want. The first thing that you need to do in order to get the relationship that you want is to visualize. This means actively imagining what it is that you want your ideal relationship to be like and being honest with yourself. Let me give you an example. There are some women who don't want to work in their ideal relationship. In their ideal relationship, they are stay-at-home moms, or they just stay at home. Their husband is very rich and is happy to give them as much money as possible. So they are happy like that. But the thing is that when they are visualizing, they don't see themselves like that. In their visualizations, they see themselves waking up in the morning, dressing up and going into an office. When they visualize like that, the result is that they are less likely to get the ideal relationship that they want. They are visualizing this thing that they think that society wants them to have, or the thing that they should have, instead of visualizing what exactly it is that they want deep down inside their hearts. When you're visualizing, be completely honest with yourself. That is the way that you're going to get the relationship that you really want, the relationship that you fantasize about. The second thing you need to do in order to get a relationship that you fantasize about is to stop dating people who are not like the person you have visualized about. Let's take the woman I gave in my earlier example. This woman is a woman who visualizes that in her ideal relationship, she's a stay-at-home mom. However, she keeps coming across guys who want their wives to work. These men are cute, hardworking, and everything like that, but their idea of their ideal wife is different from this lady's idea of being an ideal wife. What she should do is to give those men a miss. She shouldn't even bother to date them. But if this woman is like many women, she might actually date those men in the hope that when she marries them, she will actually enjoy going out to work, or she hopes that when she marries them, the men won't mind that she starts staying at home and becomes a stay-at-home wife. Doing either of those things would be a recipe for disaster. Her relationship with those guys will never turn into marriage, or even if it does turn into marriage, it will be a very unhappy one. Only date people who resemble the person in your visualizations of your ideal relationship in order to get that fantasy relationship that you want. The third thing you need in order to get the ideal relationship that you want is to be patient. We human beings as a rule are impatient. We want everything yesterday, and we often apply that in our search for the ideal person or the ideal relationship as well. Patience is something that we have to train ourselves to have. Women who want to get married and have children are often more impatient than others, because the truth is that women can't have children as easily as men can later in life. The result is that women tend to want to quickly get married or quickly get into a relationship so that they can then quickly have children. Unfortunately, when you try to speed things up like that, the result is that you don't get the fantasy relationship that you want. This is an imperfect world. There's no guarantee that you will be in your fantasy relationship by the time you're 26 and that you will have had all your children by 32, for example. This is real life. It doesn't always happen exactly how we want it to happen. You have to decide what is most important to you in this life. It's like a real life example of opportunity cost, like we learned in economics class when we were in secondary school. The result of opportunity cost is that often when you choose something, it means that you lose something else. For example, it could mean that you choose to go into a relationship that is just okay so that you can have children. But then the result is that you have the children you wanted, but you don't have the ideal relationship that you wanted. Or it could be that you go into this relationship, you have the children that you wanted, but then because the relationship was just okay and you were never really interested in it, the relationship ends in divorce. After the divorce, then you find that you meet the person who gives you the ideal relationship you wanted. It then turns out that while you are in this ideal relationship, it means that you are also a divorcee. So you see that you can't always have everything. Sometimes what happens is that you wait and wait and wait, and then you finally get the ideal relationship you wanted, but then you find it's difficult for you to have children. Life is full of ups and downs, and there are no guarantees. Only you can decide what is important to you. Is it important for you to have children right now, or is it more important for you to be in your ideal relationship? Sometimes you have to pick and choose. It's opportunity cost, like I said earlier. Be patient in order to get the relationship that you want. Ultimately, people don't get into relationships that they fantasize about because they're not being true to themselves and because they are so impatient. They're not willing to wait for the right time. Know this, you can't get the relationship that you want, but you must be willing to sacrifice what you must in order to get it. I hope you found this video useful. If you want daily tips from me on how to find happiness while you're single and how to attract the right man for you, follow me on Instagram. Get my free ebooks on love and relationships for the single woman over the age of 30 by going to www.bit.ly.com/Lakwe'sLoveTips. I hope you enjoyed this video again. If you did, please give it a thumbs up below, share it with your friends, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the red subscribe button you'll see down below, or by clicking on my picture that you'll see somewhere on the screen. After you subscribe, remember to click on the bell that you'll see there so that you'll be notified as soon as a new video of mine comes out. I wish you love and strength. Mwah.